thanks for joining me. If you've been following along, you'll know that my husband and I recently spent a few months on a European road trip. We had such a nice time, and I wanted to share some of that with you. I've always loved France, and I was lucky enough to explore some areas that I haven't been to before. And in this video, I'll take you along to the Alsace region in northeastern France to check out some adorable villages along the Route des Vins, or Wine Route. This scenic drive takes you along Alsace's picturesque wine-producing villages and can be enjoyed by car, bike, or foot. I hope you enjoy. Our first stop was the village of Kaysersberg. Kaysersberg is a picturesque Alsatian village like many others, and it even won an award as a favorite village of the French back in 2017. But before we checked out the sights, I had to take a quick stop at the farmer's market to see what sort of goodies there were. It's been a while since I've gone to a French market, and even though this one was pretty small, I still enjoyed the sights and sounds. And smells. After spending some time at the market, we began our walk into the village. The half-timbered houses that Alsace is famous for immediately catch your eye, and it's easy to see why they draw so many visitors in search of a bit of fairy tale charm. Many are painted in bright, cheerful colors, with exposed wooden beams creating intricate geometric patterns. Some of these buildings even date back to the 15th century, and are truly a delight to see up close. Just a short walk from the edge of the village brings you to the ruins of Kaysersberg's castle. Although much of this 13th century fortress hasn't survived, its round stone tower still stands. The climb to the top is well worth it, offering sweeping views over the village rooftops and out across the Rhine River Valley toward the German border. Alsace is perhaps best known for its wine production, especially its crisp and aromatic white wines. Nestled between the Rhine River to the east and the Vosges Mountains to the west, this narrow stretch of land offers ideal conditions for growing grapes. Looking out over the rolling hills covered in vineyards, it's truly a beautiful and peaceful sight. I often like to visit historic churches when I travel. They offer a quiet, peaceful atmosphere and are the perfect place to recharge for a few minutes. And this medieval church was no exception. I didn't have any specific places in mind to visit in Kaysersberg. The plan was really just to wander around and enjoy the beauty of the architecture. Although this part of France is popular with tourists, thanks to its fairy tale-like charm, it never really felt overcrowded or too commercial. Instead, it felt peaceful and authentic, like a place that still moves at its own quiet pace. Throughout Alsace, you'll notice familiar regional motifs like storks and gingerbread figures, and perhaps most notably, hearts. The heart symbol seems to be everywhere here, displayed in shop windows, hanging on doors, or carved into shutters. It's a beloved part of Alsatian folk art, symbolizing love, warmth, and hospitality. Over the centuries, Alsace has shifted between French and German rule, and you can see that history reflected in its decorative traditions, which blend both French charm and Germanic influence. We continued our journey along the wine route, though our next stop wasn't far. Just a short drive brought us to the charming town of Ribeauvillé. Right away, I spotted the tourism office and stepped inside to pick up a few brochures for the town and the surrounding area. They turned out to be really helpful, highlighting historic landmarks and points of interest I might have otherwise missed during my walk. I noticed quite a few restaurants along my walk in town. Alsatian cuisine is well known for its rich blend of French and German influences, and the food is generally pretty hearty, with stews being popular along with sauerkraut and tarte flambée, and there were plenty of shops selling local treats to go like dried sausages, soft pretzels, and plenty of gingerbread. I can only imagine the wonderful food available during the Christmas markets in this region. It must be a real treat. As I continued my walk, I found myself admiring all the little details of the half-timbered houses. These charming buildings are clearly well cared for, and the effort to preserve their beauty really stands out. I've always appreciated how the French take such pride in their history, and it really shows in every corner of these villages. On another day, we made our way up into the mountains to visit Château du Haut-Koenigsbourg. Along the Vosges, you'll spot castles, or what's left of them at least, tucked among the dark green forests. The gray, misty weather on this day really added to the castle's dramatic, almost mysterious atmosphere. Haut-Koenigsbourg dates back to the 12th century and has watched over the Alsace plain for centuries. Thanks to its strategic position, it changed hands many times and was restored back in the early 1900s. A tour of the castle will give visitors a glimpse into what medieval life may have looked like. You can walk through its inner courtyards, climb the towers, and explore rooms filled with period furniture and weapons. From the top, the views are stunning, and on a clear day you can see across the Alsace plain toward the Black Forest in Germany, and even as far as the Alps in the distance. Although there were clouds during my visit, the view felt timeless. Our final stop along the Rhine route was the village of Riquewihr, undeniably one of the most beautiful places I visited in Alsace. Tucked between the vineyards and the foothills of the Vosges, this tiny medieval village is often said to have inspired Belle's hometown in Beauty and the Beast, and honestly it's easy to see why. With its colorful, half-timbered houses, cobblestone streets, and overflowing flower boxes, it really does feel like stepping into a fairy tale, and I could almost picture Belle wandering through the market square with a book in hand. Colorful flowers spilled from every courtyard and flower box, and in the warm afternoon light, their colors felt even more vivid. One thing I truly appreciated about each of these towns we visited was just how peaceful they felt. Some were a little bit busier than others, but in general, by dinner time the streets would quietly empty as visitors settled into cozy restaurants for their evening meals. And as much as I enjoy good food, I think I prefer these quiet moments, wandering the empty cobblestone streets, soaking in the stillness and beauty all to myself. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this little video. I really appreciate it. There's more to come from my European road trip, so if you'd like to see where I go next, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and giving this video a thumbs up. Until next time, thanks!